Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 22 over on Court Farms. As you can see, guys, we have just made it daytime. Bit of some information, guys. I bought quite a few jerry cans. Okay, I didn't plan on that being daylight. I did also bring the Leyland over just off recording to put some fuel in it, just because at the end of the day I just kind of wanted to make sure that it had fuel. If the sound's just gone off, I won't be a second, guys. My steering wheel has instantly gone off the minute I've tabbed into my Leyland. What a shock, it always does. There we go, lovely. Right, so today's job then, guys, is to get this last couple of fields done. Now I know it does mean a little bit more on the old cultivating side of things, but unfortunately it's kind of one of them jobs at the moment where we're almost done when it comes to this kind of work. Spring is around the corner basically, and my steering wheel's gone off again. Has anyone got any idea on how to fix this? Because to be quite honest with you, this Logitech steering wheel is really starting to grate on me. But it's only this game it doesn't work. It's horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous how it just doesn't work. I have to disconnect it. Yeah, I just can't get it to work. I just can't get it to work today. Absolutely crazy. There we go. I've had to disconnect the settings. I basically had to tell my steering wheel that I'm not playing this game. It thinks I'm now playing Euro Truck Simulator. I don't know, it's just bloody awful as this game, the Logitech wheels. It's the downside to a Logitech steering wheel. It feels so nice in your hand. You know what I mean? They just feel so nice. But this wheel just does not, and it's an issue I've had since the day I've got it. I maybe should have just returned it. The problem I've got is I've tried like Thrustmaster wheels. And the thing I don't like about, like, I tried the brand new Thrustmaster wheel that came out. Is it the 248? Is it the latest one that came out? That was like the big one. Yeah, I tried it and I really did like it. I thought to myself, I really do like this wheel. But I tell you what I didn't like about it was the flappy paddles. They were so loud. It was like, with the Logitech, it's like little click, little click. On the Logitech, it was like a big magnetic bang together kind of thing. And yeah, it was yeah, just right. Something I've been working on yesterday, guys, and working on this morning. I've been using an i4 Williams trailer, the LM146 trailer, I think the mod's called. It's a convert from 19, but one thing I've always not liked about the convert is the fact that it never had an electrical connection on it. Now, as people know, I don't want to exactly say I'm self-taught, but I am a lot self-taught when it comes to modding and fixing mods. I have got a couple of people in the Discord who massively help me out as and when I need information, point me in the right direction. Sometimes they're just like, oh yeah, just do that and it'll fix it. So a big shout out to them who do help me out. But yeah, today I have actually learned to add an electrical connection to the 146 i4 Williams trailer. So yeah, that is something that is now usable. It was the one thing that always annoyed me about that trailer. So yeah, it's now got a working electrical connection, which is fantastic. But something else that I've managed to, and that is completely self-learned as well, so I have managed to learn to do that, and put it in with the nodes and that. Now I know to some people who might watch this who are into modding will be like, well, that's easy. Maybe so. For someone who's severely dyslexic, just spelling their own name on a bad day can go massively wrong. Like, if I'm suffering from like one of my headaches that I do suffer from quite regular, literally spelling my own name can make it very difficult because I just can't concentrate enough to actually, you know what I mean? I do suffer from dyslexia like stupidly badly. That's why I get some people when I first started doing YouTube videos like, why don't you use more like more descriptive words? That's not how I roll. Just using the word descriptive words. Yeah, they're like, why don't you, you know, like some of my sayings are a bit basic, but unfortunately that's how it always is. It's always been, you know what I mean? It's how I am. I just kind of wanted to give that a little point out. What else was I was going to mention today? Oh, right, we do have a bit of an issue with the Renault as well, guys. The Renault tractor has received an update, and the Renault tractor has had some horsepower changes and some other upgrades, and yeah, it's not necessarily upgrades per se, but some things have been fixed, but the power has been fixed on some of the different models. Now, some of the different models, because it's one tractor with different models in it, they have now received different horsepower requirements. So, for example, our Renault was 145 brake horsepower. It's now been set to a correct one, apparently. I still think it's wrong. It's something I haven't confirmed yet. It was something I was going to do this morning, but I was just finishing off my electrical connection on the iPod trailer. Yeah, it's now been boosted to 200, which I think is a bit too much. Now, it may change again, but it may not. We'll see if it fits the requirements, because I've got a website, Tractor Data it's called, and it basically, if I put the model number of a tractor in there, it'll tell me the power, the gear ratios, things like that. So it helps me fix tractor mods that I know need a bit of work and things like that. So I'm going to be using that later on to just confirm it. But if that is correct, then the Renault will stay at 200. But it does mean we can also most likely now get a slightly bigger plough. The price for the engine upgrades hasn't changed, so they've just been made more realistically, apparently. I don't think it's right personally, but I kind of just wanted to give a bit of a say in case anybody noticed that some things had changed with the Renault, basically. But yeah, we can basically get the Lizard plough now. I haven't changed it, like I said, I don't change it or anything like that. But apparently it has been, it's just had some more work done to the mod, and well, our mod is somewhere over there, currently ploughing a field. It's currently on its headlands, so just waiting for that to come up to tell me it's done. Now, I am just manually doing this one by hand, guys. I thought to myself, I'll do a couple of smaller fields in a time lapse all at once, because we can time lapse the driving to them. I also didn't realise that this field was going to take this long to do. Yeah, yesterday's video, as in Wednesday's video, has been live about an hour now. I've had a couple of comments, people, you know, a couple of people like, yeah, get yourself a quad bike, it's going to make life a bit easier. We are going to do that, guys. I just want to get these cultivating contracts out of the way as well. Something I just want to look at today. Is there any new jobs? There is a new cultivating job. There's always a cultivating job. There's another cultivating job. Oh, we'll do it. We'll take it. We'll take it. It's $3.5 grand. Remember, guys, we haven't got much equipment. I know. I do know where, you know, it's a little bit repetitive at the moment. See, look, there's a descriptive word. No, but seriously, I know it's a lot of cultivating at the moment, but we don't have a lot of equipment. But we have £26,000 in the bank. By the time we finish this ploughing job, by the time we finish these cultivating jobs, we are going to be touching like £50,000. We should be able to buy something. I don't know what, but we should be able to buy something. I just hope it's something we can actually use, like I said, there's no point in us right now buying a harvester. I want to buy a harvester, don't get me wrong, I want to get a harvester. I know harvest season will be coming up soon, but I don't want to spend that money now on harvester, because it'll spend the next 5 or 6 months appreciating in value because we've not used it and it's several months old. But I do want to try and keep money in the bank as well as expanding our equipment, if that makes sense. But at £50,000 we should be able to buy a baler, a trailer, a baler, a mower, Oh, I didn't get the hay bob mod installed. I have installed it. I haven't activated it. Yeah, someone was saying, oh, you know, if you want the small one, get the little hay bob. That is exactly the mod I was going to activate, and I have forgotten to do it. Oh, that has just reminded me just talking about it then. Right, note to self, don't buy any grass equipment because you don't have the hay bob. We'll see what we can do. We've got £50,000. We might be able to spend some money, but yeah, it'll be nice to be able to do some hay work and some silage work at some point. We've got a dream. We've got a dream of being a fantastic farmer. Yeah, I hope everyone is doing all right, guys. Just a bit of a shout out to everybody. Dragon Lady for another month YouTube member. It's the wife, but she's always supported me in everything I've always done. You know, been a YouTube member. Just she's always done it. She's always done stuff like that for me. She's always supported my content career and content creation. Big shout out to Richard and Cooper and Daniel for the month's Patreon support yesterday, guys. I do massively appreciate it. It was the first yesterday, so yeah, you guys have supported me for another month, and I do massively appreciate it. I know one of the little perks on Patreon and being a YouTube member is you get your name on a board. In every series we do. Yes, we don't have that board in this map yet. We know that because we don't own any land yet. As soon as we get some, the billboard's free to install, so it will be going in. Just a shout out to anyone who does think to support the channel. You do get your name in the channel if you and the Dragon Lady also has her name in this channel. We also have Richard as well. I've got room for 8 people basically for their names in the series. If I ever got more than 8 people supporting the channel via Patreon or YouTube, no, I was just making sure actually that the Dragon Lady one was me and I'd done it by accident because it was just on the screen too long. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a Renault. I'd just kind of fallen out of the field or something like that. Now we have been in this field way longer than I thought, so I do apologise for this, guys. I did not want to be doing this field today this long. I thought to myself, I thought it wouldn't take this long. It's bigger field than you think. It doesn't look very big on the mini map. It looks like you know, on that little mini HUD thing, it looks like a relatively small field. It really isn't. So I do apologise that we're probably not going to get as much done as I wanted to in this episode. But we will most likely be in February for a couple of days because, well, come March we want to be getting on with some other jobs. So I do want to try and get these done a little bit quicker if I can. I just want to put this on a worker for a minute, guys, because I just want to spend 2 minutes. We've got nothing new in the shop. I just wanted to look in the shop to see if there was anything new, which there isn't. That's a shame. Right, tedders. I could use that tedder, I suppose. I don't really want to. 4.4 meter. I suppose at the end of the day, what's our cheapest windrow? I don't want to use that windrow. I've used that windrow there a lot. The GBS6U. I do want to try and avoid that one if I can. You know what I mean? We're talking like 20 grand here. 4.7. I suppose that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And it's only 35 brake horsepower. So we want £8,500. So 8,100. Sorry, 8,100. 8,100. So 86. 17.6. 17.6. 17.6. 17.6. 23. 23.6. I'm trying to work out how much this baling stuff's going to cost me. 17, 23.6. 30. So that's, if we do it at that one, that would be 100 and... No, 100. I'm just because I'm looking at the brake horsepower. I was trying to work at the brake horsepower in my mind at the same time. That's going to be about £40,000. If we use this baler and we get all that equipment we've just looked at, that would be about £40,000. Now, if we do hay, we would be able to use one of these. Now, we wouldn't be able to do it. We'd have to use the Renault for it all. That would be the only thing. We wouldn't be able to do one pass because we don't have enough brake horsepower with this. But it would mean we don't have enough power right now to get the quad bike we were talking about. Now, there is on Mod Hub some slightly cheaper quad bikes. So I'm not going to buy the quad bike today. They are Lizard branded ones, but they are kind of apparently modelled after others. They are a little bit cheaper as well. But I don't really want to be paying like 15 grand for a quad bike, you know what I mean? I'd rather pay like 5 or 6 grand. And I know there are some really good quad bike mods out there, so I do just want to take a bit of time and look at that. I also want to look over on King's Mod as well to see if there's any other quad bikes over there as well. Because I do like King's Mod. You do get a lot of mods over there that are broken, but I do like to spend the time fixing them as well. Right, so this is field 61 done. I'm going to presume that's come up saying field complete and I've just ignored it or not noticed it. Let's go this way. Lovely jubbly. Beautiful. Yeah, I might do a slightly longer episode today because I haven't really got much done that I wanted to do today. I did want to get a lot more done than I did, but I kind of just procrastinating and chatting, and then I realised this field was actually bigger than it actually is. Yeah, I must have finished this field, but it's just not. I just was in the menu or something. So let me load this up here. Field 61, cultivating £2,000. So 40, right, basically, any field we've got, that's splashing. So we've got 49 and 51 and 40. Right, so 40 is next because it's on the way. So we'll do a time lapse. We'll do like our normal like 3-minute time lapse because I do. Ooh, field 46 is 96% done. 96% done. I'm also going to leave some of these gates open as well for the contracts, guys, just because it helps me find the ways in on the contracts. You know, find my way into the field. I am curious about this piece of land here. How much is this piece of land? £40,000. It's not bad. I quite like it as a possible farm location. It's kind of centre of the map. It would take all the money. And I know our first thing, guys, we have to get the baling equipment. We have to. We get that baling equipment, we will make money. Now, we won't make much money to begin with because we'll need to buy a wrapper. But if we can do hay contracts, we can store the excess hay. Once we get a bit of land, we can get some sheep and we can feed the sheep from the hay we get from contract. We don't have to go around cutting our own fields because we don't have any and things like that, and you know, grazing mod should work. Oh, this field is split into 2. Oh, I like these fields. Yeah, so I'm going to get this most likely whacked straight into a bit of a time lapse, guys. Look at this stubble on here, guys. Look at the mod I got for this. It's not even a mod, it's like a texture pack for wheat and barley, and I think, oh, it's a lot thicker stubble. It was a texture pack. I just wanted to explain this since I'm just mentioning it. It's a texture pack you're supposed to put into mods, but I actually put the texture directly into my folder on the you know, like where you save the game, you know, where you get your textures and that. I actually put the file in there and it works exactly the same. So yeah, look at that stubble texture. The only thing I have with it is when you drive over the stubble, it doesn't break it. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But I think for a stubble after you put it, it's a lot neater. It looks a lot more realistic, you know what I mean? Right, what I'm going to do then, guys, I am just going to go and do this field. We're going to get this into a time lapse and we'll start working it in another field if there's any time there. So I will turn the radio on, guys, and we will see you in a couple of minutes. There we go, guys. That is another couple of fields managed to be done in that time lapse. We do have a little bit of an issue at the moment, guys, and that is the fact that the Leyland needs repairing again. It is about to start conking out on us constantly, but the only issue is this is the next field we need to do. This is relatively painful right now. Let me just lower that there. Let me just get in this field a little bit like that, because this needs to be taken to the repair shop. Now, there we go, there we go. Maybe what we need to do is maybe we need to bring the Renault down. Maybe we can drive the Renault to finish the cultivating in the next... Although saying that... Ooh, I'm torn now on what to do here for the Renault, to be honest. Because next season is going to be planting season. Yeah, look at the repair. The repair on there. I don't mind that though. We get, you know, we can get a few jobs done now in that time. So I'm really happy with what we've managed to get done today. 1,000 with just with the fact that that has now been done is a massive boost. 44,462 pound in the bank. That is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge is that income. 44,462 £162 in the bank, and we've still got 2 more cultivating contracts to go. Now we know in the next month we are going to have some seeding contracts. Most likely all these fields that we're doing now will most likely need doing. So that is something that's going to be done in the next couple of episodes, which is nice because we're going to get that 4-meter seeder. I have decided we will go for 4-meter seeder. I've got a couple of options for 6 meters. Horsepower was a bit of an issue, but it might not be depending on the Renault until, you know, like I was saying at the beginning of the episode, and until I can physically check that power requirements on the tractor data website, I am unsure. I'm umming and ahhing about selling the plough. No, I'm gonna think about it while we have a little drive up to the shop. So we do need to. We have got a long way to drive to the shop. I just realised how far away from the shop. But we've got 2 more cultivating contracts to do, which is field 49 and field 92. They're not. 92 is actually bigger than you think. To be fair, 49 is bigger than you think. I feel really bad because I wanted to do more in this episode than we managed to actually do. I wanted to get all these cultivating contracts out of the way. Now, if I had a time-lapse 61 and 40, we would have time-lapsed 51 and 49 as well. But obviously that would have just left us with 92 to do, because 92 wasn't a job until today. So I am a little bit gutted that I'm about a field's worth of work behind where I want it to be. Which has really let me down, actually. It is yeah, a bit devastating, if I'm honest, with how that's worked out. It's not where I wanted to be right now. I did want to be a lot further along in this episode, and to be honest, driving all the way up to the shop and back is not going to help. So I might most likely, I was thinking of a longer episode, but by the time I've driven to the shop and I've driven all the way back, that would be the extra time. I could jump cut it, but then I always forget how long I've recorded. Because I've got a memory like a sieve. I literally have a memory like a goldfish. So I'm most likely gonna leave this episode here, I reckon. And we're gonna go and have a look at the Renault, get the Renault out of the field. I think we need to sell. I think we do need to sell that plough, that 3-meter plough. Any future ploughing contracts will be done a lot quicker. We just have to use the Renault on all ploughing jobs. That would be the issue, you see. I never thought if I'd have cut through that field there, although it meant I would have had to have cut through that field. But yeah, one of my next things I want to do, I want to get a bit of extra work done to the Leyland when mod-wise. But yeah, I have started to post some mods that I have repaired over in the Discord, so if anyone's interested, there's only a couple in there for now. They're just mods that I've repaired from King's Mod, things like that. And yeah, if I'm repairing them, I'm going to post the fixes to them. So you'll find them in the Discord, but you will need the farmer role to do it. So when you join, you'll need to read the rules to unlock the Discord, and then you'll need to get the farmer role as well. It's all reactions, it's all in the Discord. So keep an eye out in there. There will be more mods coming in there in future. I'll just, as and when I fix and repair them, basically. Wow, have you seen how long this is to the shop from here? This map is huge. It's absolutely huge. I know it's technically not, it's just there's no shortcut, is there, through the middle of the map. You have to go all the way around. So it makes it feel a lot bigger than it actually is. But yeah, it just feels absolutely insane how big this map is. We've done that much work today because of the size of the field. The fuel level started to drop again already. I'm hoping we get some light. Right, I've had this a couple of times now, guys. Bit of a thing. Has anyone noticed a collision here? There. Look at that collision there. There's nothing there. Apparently there's a cone there. If you look there on the... Apparently there's a cone. Yeah, weird. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed that before. If you have, let me know. Let me know if there's any more of them around the map. I've driven into it, something invisible, and I've managed to drive into it at least 2 or 3 times now. It's absolutely crazy how often I've driven into that. We need to take the Renault to the shop. There's my new corn textures. Looking lovely. Yeah, we need to take the Renault. We need to change the number plate on the Renault to MAT002 because it was the second vehicle we bought. That is something we're going to be doing. I believe somewhere along here is my i4 Williams trailer, which I wouldn't mind taking back to the shop. I just want to show you guys the working electrics. I'm proper proud that I managed of myself that I managed to get the electrics going. You know, I brought in a cable i3D and I managed to get it working and connecting up. But you know, to an experienced modder, it's gonna be, oh, I can do that with my eyes closed, you know. But to someone who's never done it before, it's just something else that I've managed to add, that I've been able to do, and I can turn around and say, well, I've actually managed to do that, and I'm quite. Yeah, that was a bit weird. But if I reverse up to this now, for example, look. So I do that. Right. If you see where the electrical cables come to there, that's not an issue with the trail. That's an issue with the tractor. That needs to be down there. So that's just giving me something to repair. This is what I'm talking about with the Leyland, and I've still got a couple of mods, you know, a couple of things left to fix on the mod. It's just a case, just a genuine case of, you know, there's a few little things I've got to fix over on this mod, but it is coming along really, really nicely, that's for sure. I'm just going to take this back to the shop. We'll get this repaired up. We'll get the Renault. I know it's been a bit of a boring end to an episode, but I like to try and fill about 30-ish minutes. We're having a bit of a chit chat. I'm giving you some information about mods coming up in the Discord. I'll tell you what. Let me just pull that into there. We'll repair this for now, and then we'll park it up when we're finished. There it is. Leyland repair. There we go. So that is the Leyland repaired. So that's cost us another £1,200. I don't mind it. I don't mind it every so often coming up. At least it's not every hour like it was, you know, once before, like it was every other episode we were having to repair it. So I'm just going to leave that later. I've had an idea. Can I don't know if this works on this map. I've never done it. Can I send you there? I don't know if it'll work or not. There we go. So we've got that there. We've got this here. We've got that there. We'll start this engine up here. These use a lot of fuel as well. It'll be nice to just go and yeah, he hasn't worked. He hasn't worked. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to go and sell the plough. We want something a little bit bigger now. He has managed to earn us £13,000 with this plough. If we repair the plough, we repaint the plough, we should be able to get some money back in the bank. We will be buying another plough straight away though. That is for sure. It's somewhere around here. There it is. So let's go into the Renault first. Yeah, look, it's boosted the power to 200 for some reason, and I don't really like that. trying to figure out. I can't remember what it was we used. Right, let me get rid of the plough. So repaint the plough, repair the plough, sell the plough. So that's now done that. £49,000. Let's have a look at the lizard plough, because that's what we're going to buy. I know it says it wants 260, but I've never had an issue with this in the past. We'll leave it as that, and I'm going to leave that there then, guys, because I need to bring the Leyland back. I don't know what number plate it is I have on here, but yeah, I need to try and get this back. So off recording, I'm just going to move this back. If you don't like the end of this episode, guys, I do apologise. I was thinking of doing something else at the end, and then I've kind of just... It's taken that long to drive to the shop. I've kind of just run myself out of time. So, yeah, we bought a new plough, guys. Not really sure what else. You know, we'll get the rest of these cultivating jobs done in the next day or two. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.